Yo, what's up? Your boy Jalen YC back at it with another episode of inSundaytional. This is season 3, episode 13 of inSundaytional. The last episode I talked about the loneliest time of my life. Basically, just went to the rec center and wanted to play a game of basketball, but no one wanted to play with me for whatever reason after getting my heart broken. But if you want to know more about that story, just find out in the last week's episode of inSundaytional. But in today's episode of inSundaytional is something that makes absolutely zero sense, and it's nonsensical and it's ignorant. And that's basically the people that told me that I sound white. What the hell does that mean? I live in North Carolina, right? For people that live around here, they kind of sound similar, well, most of them do. You know, they have their little southern accent because, you know, North Carolina is kind of in the south. But I sound different than almost everyone else that I know around here. Some people say that I sound Caribbean, which I am. Caribbean is part of my ethnicity. Others say, oh, you kind of sound like you're from New York, and I'm from the Bronx. I was born there. So, but people say that I sound white, referring to I don't sound like I'm hood. So you expect me to be like, oh, what's up, nigga? Like, you expect me to say some shit like that? Like, what does you sound white really mean, bro? And most of y'all probably know what that means. Is basically you don't sound hood, you don't sound like you're from the trenches or whatever. And that just tells me that society has really, really failed us, especially for black people, because like they look at me with braids and everything and they expect me to sound like a gangster rapper, bro. I sound nothing like that, and I'm glad I don't, bro, because for one, I can't even rap. And why do people say you sound white like if it's not a compliment? Like, first of all, it's not called sounding white, it's called sounding like someone who can read and and write. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that, oh, black people can't do it because I'm black and I can read and write. White. What am I, Elmer Fudd? I'm from the Bronx, and the Bronx is basically the hood, but that doesn't really make me a hood guy. Like, and why do people even glorify that? You know, people don't glorify the people that's like really smart and tells people like the right thing to do in the world. Like, they would rather listen to the bad influencers and be bad influencers just like them, you know, because it's the cooler part. You know, it's cooler. Like, you would think that person sounds cool and everything, but in reality, he's putting up a fake persona just to sound cool for everyone to, you know, like him and everything. You know, and that's how it is for some people, that, especially ones that grew up in the suburbs. You know, like the suburban hood kids, like, they just make me cringe, bro. They make me cringe so hard that I might pass out from cringing. Like, that's how bad it is. And also, what is the benefit? What's the benefit from sounding hood? Like, first of all, you're pretending to be someone you're not. Like, isn't that, like, that's not cool. In my eyes, that's not cool. Being someone you're not is not cool. Pretending to be a hood guy when you're not from the hood is not cool. Being yourself is cool. Being someone that respects others, that, you know, is out there for everybody. Being someone that, you know, has his own hobbies and, you know, does his own thing, lives in his own world, not trying to hurt him or herself or anyone else. That's who I see as cool, because they don't try to cause trouble around the world. Not a lot of people in this generation are like cool and vibey, bro. They're not, bro. Like I've known like plenty of people that is just, oh my God, it's like they just sucking the vibe, bro. Like they sucking the shit out, like like it's awful, bro. And I'm glad I cut those people off, bro. Who am I to go back to those people? You know what I'm saying? Who am I to go back to, you know, the draining, the headache pounding, like, drama, bro? Like, I used to be There used to be so much drama, and I'm glad in 2025 I stayed away from that shit. And also, why do people say you sound white? Like being white, being a white person is a bad thing. Like that's something that's another thing that I don't fucking understand. Like, so yeah, even white people, like, they be downgrading themselves, and it makes me cringe too, honestly, bro. It makes me cringe, like how some white people say, "Oh, I'm white. I can't do what you black people can do." Like, why are you downgrading yourselves? Like, fuck race. Like, bro, when I see people, I don't like I see race, but I see something more than race, bro. Like, I don't be like, oh, look, that person's white, that person's black. No, bro, I know that they're black and I know that the person's white, but I see people. I see somebody with feelings. I see somebody who's walking on this earth, living life, doing stuff, experiencing things. Like, that's what I see, bro. When I see a human being, I see someone that's just more than just a race, bro. Like, when I was in the 5th grade, I used to have a friend from China, bro, and he was really, really cool, bro. Like, I knew he was from China. I knew he was Chinese, but he was more than just a Chinese kid. He was actually a really cool guy, bro. He was actually a really cool guy. It would be more fitting if someone would at least say, "You sound suburban." I mean, I basically live in the suburbs. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong. I I don't get why people even like say that as if it's a bad thing. Like, I'm supposed to live in the Bronx. I'm supposed to stay in the Bronx and try to survive. And like, Bronx is not the most dangerous city. It's not even top 10, but crazy shit still happens there. You know what I'm saying? Like, why would you want me to, try to survive all these shootouts and shit, and if I make it out, oh, now I'm cool. But like, I live in the suburbs, living a chill life, working out every day, and just, like to talk to people, give them advice and all that stuff, make videos, and you know, just watch, just be on my chill shit. And people don't see that as cool. Like, this world is sick and twisted. Like, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. And that's just one of the reasons why I just try to keep my distance from a lot of people. I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with people from the hood. There is people that is living in like some inconvenient areas where they just can't get out of because they don't have the money for it, and they just try to, survive. Like, those are the type of people that, they deserve better, because they don't, and I do feel bad for those people, because they really, really, in reality, they would want to get out of that environment, you know what I mean? But for the people that live outside of that, they think that shit is cool. They even say that going to jail, oh, that's cool. Like, going to jail? Going to jail? Bro, so you would rather stay in a freaking cell for years and years and years than being free, enjoy nature for as long as you possibly can. Like, you rather be in a cell, in a cold, dirty, rotten place for years. You rather go do that than just be free. Like, that's just like that's all I can say. It's nasty. It's nasty. Nasty vibes, negative shit. Keep that, God, please keep that away from me. Keep that energy away from me. You know what I'm saying? Like, just please don't, because I'm not trying to, I'm not trying to get myself involved into anyone's nonsense, and I get punished for it for no reason, even though, first of all, it wasn't my idea, and second of all, that's not who I am. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just a lot of people out here that, that they're really ignorant. They're really, really ignorant, and they, like I said, they expect me to sound like every other black person because I'm black. So, what's the moral of the story? The world is racist. The world is racist. And there's nothing we can do about it. There's absolutely nothing we can do about it. It's gonna, like, even after we all die, people in this world will just continue to hate other people because of their race. What can you do from this? Just don't be the example. Don't be an example of people that hate other people because of their race or what they believe in or their gender or disability. If it's like a bad person, like a murderer or something, I mean, it's basically up to you to think about if you forgive that person or not. But just know the number one thing in this world is yourself, and you are the main character in your life. And always know that you have a purpose in this world, even if you don't know what that is. Once you do something about it, you might just find it, and you might just love it. You can always expect the worst, but also expect the best too. You know what I'm saying? Just look out for everything. Look out for your surroundings, everything. You know, I say this all the time because, you know, the world is a crazy place. And I'm not going to sugarcoat anything when I'm talking about the world. But just be safe, guys. And just don't harm people. Don't hurt people's feelings. I mean, it's not cool. It's not attractive. It's just, it doesn't really make sense, man. Unless if it's like self-defense, like, yeah, I mean, that's the exception. But like, just don't like look at somebody and says, haha, you're stupid or some shit like that. You know, I mean, it's cringy. And always remember, there's no such thing as a white black man, and there's no such thing as a black white man. There is suburban and there's ghetto. Okay? Suburban and ghetto. And both sides could have both races. All right? And I hope you understand that. But yeah. Hope this made y'all better in some way, shape, or form. All right, I'm about to work out in a bit because I'm trying to stay fit out here, man. I'm trying to stay fit out here. But yeah, hope this made y'all better. And yeah, guys, have a good Sunday.